Hi guys, what's up and welcome to today's YouTube video. In today's video, we will be discussing the current state of Bitcoin and Ethereum, in which we can see that both of them have seen a big breakout towards the upside last night. So we have a very important update and we have to talk about these two coins. Okay, we have to talk about potential scenarios that I think can occur today, tomorrow and the days afterwards or the upcoming hours, okay? Before we start though, I want to tell you guys that we are hosting a bear market discount, a temporary discount on our VIP channel. Right now for only $59.95, you can buy the subscription towards our VIP channel. Last week we had two massive trades and we locked in over 7.6% on our account on an Ethereum and Bitcoin long. As you can see over here, the Bitcoin long and the Ethereum long, and also the other 5 professional traders in our VIP channel have been killing it last week, as you can see. Okay, so massive trades, as you can see in our VIP channel. So make sure to buy that subscription, to follow our signals, and also to learn how to trade yourself. Link to our website will be in the description. Let's dive into Bitcoin. What can we see? After moving sideways in a very boring and choppy range over here, Bitcoin has finally seen the breakout last night towards the upside. We can see that it finally got that breakout and it is right now nearing resistance. Okay, so we have a very important resistance area over here that I've been talking about multiple times. A lot of people were shorting this range over here, but like I tell you guys always, never short support and never long resistance. Right now we know that Bitcoin is coming near resistance. We can also see that it looks pretty overbought, so it looks pretty overextended towards the upside. So do you want to be looking for a long at the current price of Bitcoin? In my opinion, no. Do you want to look for longs maybe at a lower price for Bitcoin? In my opinion, yes, we can start looking maybe for long positions at lower prices. First of all, make sure to mark out your resistance levels. So we have two very important resistance areas in which we have the first supply area over here, and a little above we have another very important supply area. Also, if we go from this swing high to this swing low, we can see that we also have the golden Fibonacci ratio near this area. If we take the premium and the discount of this move towards the downside, and we switch on the premium and discount over here, we can see that we are still trading in a discount. So actually I don't want to be looking at shorts right now. Ethereum on the other hand is already trading in a premium, so that is where you want to look for potential shorts. But since Bitcoin still has some room to move higher, I don't think it is the time to short yet. I think we have to look for potential longs on a pullback. If you don't want to do that, if you think that it's too risky, which in my opinion is a pretty risky play, because we can also get a chain reaction and move down some more. But I wouldn't be looking to short over here. I would be looking to short once we enter that premium over here, where we have two very important resistance area. We have this supply area and we also have this golden pocket on top of that next supply area. So that is, in my opinion, the area where you want to look for potential shorts. Okay, like I tell you guys, never short support and never long resistance. Right now we are coming close to resistance, so this is definitely not the area where you want to look for long positions. Also, if we switch on the stochastic RSI and the relative strength index, what can we see? We can see that if we remove the RSI based moving average, that we are also entering the overbought area on the RSI over here on the 4-hourly time frame. Also, the stochastic RSI is forming a potential double top pattern in which we should get some movement towards the downside afterwards. And Bitcoin should follow that correction towards the downside like it usually does. Okay, so this is definitely also based on the indicators on the 4-hourly time frame, the two most important indicators, not the time to look for long position. Wait for a cool off, wait for a cool down period, and then you want to start looking for potential long positions towards the upside. Okay, never long an overbought market and never short an oversold market. So if we start looking at the current waves of Bitcoin, we can see that we are in a potential A, B, C correction towards the upside. Okay, so that is definitely still the case because we also had a break of structure over here for Bitcoin after we had a sweep over here. So market structure on higher time frame is still bearish. So I still favor to look for swing shorts instead of swing longs. That doesn't mean that we can't look for intraday long positions. We know that we have an unfilled CME gap created around this area for Bitcoin. So this is where we have an unfilled CME gap, and that is also the area where we want to look for a potential pullback for Bitcoin. This is our area of interest to look for potential long positions, and this is the area of interest that you have to keep an eye on if Bitcoin starts pulling back. Okay, that is also where we have the CME gap, and I do expect the CME gap to get filled at the beginning of the week. It can be today, it can be tomorrow, or maybe on Wednesday, but those CME gaps, as we all know, usually get filled. Also, if we go on the weekly time frame over here, we can see, if we zoom in a little bit, that Bitcoin, I want to remove the indicators for a second, Bitcoin hasn't really created a wick towards the downside. And usually when you see those green candles, if I remove the other drawings on my chart, every single green candle, we see those wicks towards the downside being created first before moving towards the upside. Okay, so every single green candle has those wicks towards the downside, and right now we haven't really seen that wick towards the downside, so we have to take that into account, that we are maybe creating a wick towards the upside before moving towards the downside again. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. Definitely not the area where I want to look for potential longs, but where I prefer to look for potential shorts for a pullback. Okay, so in the meantime, when Bitcoin is moving up, we can see that Ethereum is even looking much stronger and moving up even more. Ethereum is already near that range high, as we can see. So if we take the range from range high to range low, and we switch on our range, we can see that Ethereum is already near that range high area compared to Bitcoin. Okay, so Ethereum is definitely looking much stronger, but we also see that Ethereum is now entering the massive supply area over here. So this is entering massive resistance. So this is definitely also for Ethereum not an area where you want to look for long positions. Okay, you prefer to look for potential short positions, to look for a potential pullback, to look for a potential cool down period, because also Ethereum, we can see this move towards the upside is definitely looking overextended. But it is also showing to us that this is not really looking correctional. Yes, we can maybe see some kind of ABC correction, but this is definitely looking much more impulsive instead of correctional. So that is definitely a sign of strength in the markets, in which altcoins are also seeing a push towards the upside the last couple of days. Okay, because Ethereum is so strong, altcoins are also looking strong. This is definitely not looking correctional, but more of an impulse towards the upside. So do you want to look for swing shorts, or do you maybe want to look for swing longs on a pullback? That is what we have to ask ourselves right now. That is why we have to let the price action develop first before entering any new positions. Okay, so if we take the range for Ethereum and we take our fixed range volume profile, we can see that we have our value area high over here for Ethereum. So if we draw that value area high like this, what can we see? This value area high is lining up perfectly with this previous area of resistance. So this is where Ethereum was finding resistance multiple times before getting a big breakout towards the upside. If Ethereum gets a retest somewhere inside of this area, that is the area where you want to look for potential long positions on Ethereum, and maybe even targeting the range high to be taken out over here. Okay, so that is definitely what I'm currently looking at for Ethereum. We still have to let price action develop a little bit, let the ranges develop a little bit, because for example right now I can start drawing the Fibonacci retracement tool like this, but I don't know if the top is in yet, so I can't really look for potential Fibonacci retracement levels, because we can still move higher first before getting the pullback. Once the top is in, that is where I want to start looking for potential Fibonacci retracement levels, where I want to look for potential long positions. Right now, the 0.382 level is lining up perfectly with that value area high, but it might variate once we go up some more. Also, the 0.382 level will be lining up a little bit higher. So that is why I can't give too much of a detailed analysis on both Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, because we can't know yet what the high will be before we can start looking for pullbacks. That is why I really recommend you guys to follow me on Twitter and also to join our free Discord, because that is where I will keep you guys up to date with potential areas where you want to look for potential long positions on a pullback. Once again, do you want to look for long positions right now when the market is overbought like this? Definitely not. Does that mean that we can't move higher? Obviously, we can still move higher. Never ever long an overbought market, and never ever short an oversold market. Remember that, okay guys? So that is what you currently have to be looking at for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yes, we got a nice breakout. Yes, Ethereum is looking much stronger, but the market is overbought. The market is overbought near resistance. That has to be enough information for you guys to decide what you want to be doing next. If you aren't in long positions, if you aren't in spot positions, you definitely haven't been paying attention to either my YouTube, my Twitter, or my free Discord, because I have been telling you guys, don't wait for the picobello bottom. We can move up from here. Do I think the bottom is in already? I don't know. We can form new cycle bottoms, but that doesn't mean that we can't move up from here, because a lot of people are expecting new lows, and the market usually doesn't do what most amount of people expect the market to do. Okay, so keep that in mind. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions after watching this update, make sure to follow me on Twitter. Make sure to join our free Discord, and you can ask all the questions you want over there. Okay, guys, on Wednesday, I will upload a new video. If you want to stay up to date with potential areas to look for potential long positions, to look for potential short positions, after price action has been developing a little bit more, make sure to follow my Twitter, join our free Discord, or join our VIP channel. I'll speak to you guys soon. Ciao.